Hello, welcome back to Cooking with Chris. Today I'm going to make what I call my best brown bread, and I'm going to make it in the Thermomix Tm6. It's very easy, very quick, and a very few ingredients. So watch along and we'll see how we do. See you in a minute. Right, first thing to do is to put some flour in. This is a mixture of wholemeal and plain flour. Now I'm going to put in the yeast. I'm using fast acting yeast for this recipe. Now I'll put the plain flour in. You see this is all just added in together, and then I'm going to put in the sugar and then put the salt in. Normally I wouldn't put the salt and the yeast in together, but this gets mixed in very quickly. On top of that, I'm now putting in some warm milk up to 40 degrees centigrade, and then the last thing to put in there after the egg is some olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, because it makes it taste that much better. So we'll put the oil in and pop the lid on, and then we'll put this onto the dough setting, and we're going to time that for 7 minutes, and it does it all for you. Here you see me go into the menu for the dough, come over, turn the dial so it goes up to 7 minutes, and then just switch it on and wait for it to do the work. Right, little bit of oil into a bowl, and then once the mix is all completed, take it out of the bowl and then put it into the prepared olive oil. Now it's a little bit sticky to come out. You have to turn the top of it and then take the holder off and then just let it fall out. There we are. Okay. When that's done, add a little bit of flour onto the top of it, because it can be a little bit sticky depending on what flour you use. And then just mix this around so that it doesn't stick to your hands. And then once that's done, put it out onto your work surface with a little bit of flour and form it into a ball shape. Then put it into a bowl, cover it with cling film, and then what you want to do is proof this for a very short time, only 10 minutes, and then after that, that's what it looks like. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to add another bit of flour onto the worktop, because I'm now taking this out of the bowl, put it onto the floured surface, and I'm going to spread this out into a shape so that I can make it fit a bread tin. So just push and pull, move it about, just flatten it out a little bit, don't squash it, just move it around a little bit, and then once that's done, you'll see I'll pull out the sides of it, and then I will fold it over and then put it into like a sort of V shape, and then fold it over and then bring it back and forward and then roll it up until it looks like this. And that is now the shape that you want to go into your tin. Make sure when you put it into the tin that you put the seam side down. You don't want the seam side up on this. So get yourself a prepared baking tin. I'm using a tin that I've prepared with some butter around it. I prefer to use butter and not margarine or oil. And this tin's got little perforations in it so that the air gets all the way around it and it gives a nice even rise. Little bit of flour on the top, and then cover that over again, another bit of cling film, and this time we'll let it proof for a little bit longer and cover that over, and this is what it looks like after it's been proofed. Carefully take the cling film off, you don't want to knock the air out of the dough, and then peel it back nice and carefully, and then that will then go into the oven. Now what I'm doing now is I'm getting a bit of foil and I'm making a little tent, a little lid for it. It's a canopy that you put over the top of the bread once it's been cooking for about 15 minutes. This prevents the top of the bread burning, right? Because it can burn a bit easy as it's a brown bread recipe. So after halfway through the cooking, I'll open up the oven and then pop this on the top. Here you see, it's quite rigid. Don't leave the oven open for too long, you can see it browning already. Pop it on the top there for the last 15 minutes of the cook. There it is, lovely loaf done. Slides out the tin very easily, a good even bake all the way round. You see where the holes in that really allow it to bake properly. I'd recommend you buy one of those. And there it is, a lovely soft loaf. Look at that. Hello, welcome back. Well, that's it. I've done what I call my best brown bread recipe. It's turned out very well. Got a nice brown crust on there, but not too brown. And all of that hardly took any time at all with very few ingredients. And I made one earlier on and tasted it, and it is very nice. Can't cut this one at the moment, it's a little bit too hot. But please make this loaf. It is very, very easy to do, and hope to see you for the next recipe. Please don't forget, like and subscribe. Really helps my channel. See you for the next video. Bye.